Hey guys, what's going on? We're back. I'm Shane.
Zack.
I'm James.
And we got third shirt reactions. We're back with Rick and Morty season 4, episode 3. What happened last time, gentlemen?
Want to make my app?
Fucking Jerry.
Look at Jerry.
Rick put that on his forehead.
Want to make an app together?
So, when I was... he just spun around. Ugh.
Did he ever do that?
So, when I was looking at the last episode, one thing I was wondering is this a subservient race that will do whatever you want, or are they just very polite, accommodating?
I don't know, but I just keep thinking of the part where that guy, their leader, and he's fighting with his wife. How much fucking water you got coming through these hoses in your back? They're fighting.
It was like the funniest, old, bitter kind of married couple.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. What do you think is one of the funniest that you've seen?
Old bitter couples?
Oh,
I think of one thing right now. It's a movie.
I can think of Armageddon.
Yeah. Get the book!
Go get my goddamn phone book!
Excuse me, am I wearing a sign that says Carl Slave?
Go get my goddamn phone book! Get the book! Get the book! Get the book! He just says it the same
Yeah,
tone.
you remember that? Armageddon?
No. It's been a long time. I saw Armageddon at the movie theater, but
Well, we watched like 50 times at your house.
yeah, I just don't remember.
I want to name it Dottie after my wife.
Oh, that's sweet, Carl.
She's a vicious, life-sucking bitch from which there is no escape.
The person that finds her gets the namer, right?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
I want to name her Dottie after my wife. She's a vicious, life-sucking bitch from which there is no escape.
Yeah.
You know, one I'm thinking of, and this goes way back, is like Married with Children. What was it, Al and what was his wife's name?
Peggy.
Peggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them.
My dad loved that show, and I've always, I mean, your brother. I remember him saying that he's exactly like my dad in some cases.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But that show was always on when I was on the river.
Really?
They'd be playing it, especially in the evenings and the late watch.
You guys watch it?
We'd just be sitting there bullshitting around the card table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching Married with Children.
It's a funny ass show.
I guess it's still on somewhere. I don't know where, but
Yes.
I don't remember what channel carries it now, but they still play it. So.
Yeah. But anyways, so they did develop the app, but fortunately, because they made it so when you had to charge, they created ads, the unskippable ads, right?
yes, that's how they got through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone deleted.
Deleted.
And that's pretty much it.
Which is normal, because when I get an app that has a bunch of ads, I'm like, fuck this shit, you're gone.
That's pretty much what I do too.
It's a good treatise of the dating culture right now and dating sites and how.
Yeah, you're right, and yeah, like, you know, which was kind of paradoxical to me because, I mean, they're using the human need to connect, but they also created their app, which was superior at making people connect.
Yeah.
But it didn't make them connect in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
And then apparently their society, even the guys on top, you know, him and his wife got into it, so they weren't even connected in a very meaningful
They haven't
way.
perfected love. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I wish dating apps were probably not that easy, but much easier than they are now. Like all the success that people have on them, I have not found any success.
I was just thinking it was funny when he's like, you know what does run out, or you know what does something. What is limited? Water. That shit runs out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never tried a dating app myself.
Never
My
have.
ex-wife did and had some success.
Oh.
And is still living out that success, and more power to her. I'm not saying it in a bad way.
What I've found out is very attractive people have a lot of success on dating apps. Fat, ugly people have none unless they pick fat, ugly people. So, you know.
I don't know anyone like that, James.
It's not going well for me.
Well, I ain't going to use one, but...
yeah, I mean, yeah, but honestly, it's like that in real life. Art, not art, but it mirrors real life, you know? Like, certain demographics are going to have an easier path, and that's the thing. That's what dating is. The minority of people in the world are desirable.
So
if the majority of people be desirable, then there'd be a new standard for desirability. It'd be, you know what I mean?
They'd fix that shit.
Yeah.
So you're telling me I need to lower my standards.
He's telling you need to lose weight.
What the hell?
It's cool that they're so jaded to it.
Yeah.
Total waste of snakes. Calling card from Miles Knightley, whose adventures are 60% putting a crew together and 40% revealing that the robbery already happened and he's not worth our time because he's a hack piece of shit. I'm gonna kill him.
Alpha through Omega?
Or we could sneak in like professionals.
You win.
Oh, for God's sake. And you wonder why we aren't fans. Let that appointment sit for 10 minutes or you'll die. Morty, that would would be a symbolic expression of support for this genre.
Then how do we get in?
With a little help from some old friends.
Him?
No, wait, yeah, of course that's the guy. Hey, Dracula!
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
You son of a bitch!
Thanks for doing this, guys.
What's the job?
That was it. Bye.
And then the police stole the paintings. I challenge you to heist the crystal skull of Horowitz in a heist-off!
It doesn't make things interesting, it makes them Ocean's 12. State your terms.
First crew to heist the skull wins. The other endures heist culture's greatest shame. They must join the winning crew.
Lame. I accept.
Please welcome Knightley's 8! No heist is complete without a double cross, and I had the perfect job. Heisting the crystal skull.
That was it. Bye.
Now we have to do something like this.
Yeah.
Like a little hand job and everything.
Rick, welcome to Knightley's 9.
Rick, for real?
Yeah, you got that skull, buddy?
What? How?
With a little help from some old friends. God damn it, Morty, what did I tell you?
I want to say goodbye.
Don't turn around. Wait later.
Looks like you're available for a job.
Snake arms.
We should head over. You guys, what do you got? Ready? Morty, put this in your backpack. Grandpa's gonna run to the bathroom.
Heist. So I'm in your crew now.
Yeah, well, you're in good company. Right, everybody?
Yes. My God.
Your skills.
Hey, where's my wallet?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh. Holy shit.
Oh.
That was gonna happen. That's not on me.
That's not on me.
Good job, Heistatron. Go ahead and shut down. Negative. Excuse me? I am programmed to always be looking for the next big score. You're programmed to do as I say.
I'm in! What's the job? I'm in! I'm out! I quit! I can't do these!
He's still got it.
You sons of bitches!
Funny power.
You're doing a great job getting these new Teslas up.
Elon Musk.
Total to everyone's input.
It looks like it.
Elon Musk! Listen, we need your help.
Elon Musk.
Morty, why me? Did something happen to Elon Musk in your own reality?
No, it's exactly that kind of shit that made us worry about regular Elon.
Well, we're not opposites, okay? I'm just him with tusks.
People of Grandview Flat, we are here to deliver that pizza you ordered. You really feel? I guess I should take the pizza back.
Whoa.
I think we got away with it. Commencing getting out of here before they get wise.
That's while we wait.
Yes, I'm gonna play Minecraft.
Oh, my kids play that.
I don't like these little jabs you get in, Elon. We've been watching a recorded sky on playback. Hello, Rick. But not like this, right? It hardly matters. Oh yeah? Does this? No, your randomness does not confuse me. You are here now. Let me guess, when you invented me and Randotron, you swapped our brains. That's right, buddy. You're not the one that's very good at planning. What did I tell you? That is release something I sequence. Clap, 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 clap. Just clap, right? Clap, 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 clap. Slow clap. Achieved. What you thought was a random non-plan to get to me has been a meticulously choreographed way of bringing you all in. Welcome to you to believe that. I programmed you to believe that.
What's happening, Professor Poopy Butthole? He's learning.
I programmed you to believe that. I programmed you to believe that. I programmed you. That's what I planned the whole time. That's what I wanted you to think. I knew you'd say that. A most curious algorithm. It appears the only perfect heist is one that was never written. Goodbye.
Oh no.
Shit, alright, let's get the f*** out of here. Hurry, go, go.
Just, you know that screenplay that I've been writing? Netflix is pretty interested, and I've actually got a pitch meeting there today at 3:30.
Oh, buddy, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, well, I know you're going to say that they're interested in anything. I'm starting to think heists are just really dumb now, you know? I can't put my finger on why, but I'd really like to go.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
Man, it's as if someone stole his enthusiasm for his own idea. Yeah, without him even knowing about it. And Morty's still working on that stupid heist script. He's up in his room with his f***ing thumb up his ass. Hey, buddy, how'd it go?
I don't want to talk about it.
Morty, you know, pal, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
I'll just hang out with you and go on adventures and do whatever you want to do, you know, forever.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, that's what you want.
Elon Musk was in this.
Yeah.
Too bad I lost my job for putting my students in the hospital.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Guys, that was our reaction. Now we're going to break it down.
What I was going to say, though, in the end credits, when the Netflix producers, or whatever they were sitting down and talking about how Morty lost his dream, and they're going, well, actually, when Morty was pitching his idea was what Rick did.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and so did you kind of catch that this whole thing was Rick's plan to make... Yeah.
Yeah.
To get Morty back in the game.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is the creators like heist movies. They're thinking, it'd be funny if Rick hated them. And they'd hate him because of some of the cliche things.
Yeah.
And I think it just made an excellent episode.
It did.
And, and what's funny is I just rewatched the Ocean's movies, the original trilogy. And they are great. And what's funny is Steven Soderbergh. Have you seen any of the Ocean's movies?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen Snatch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Snatch, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah, he's real flashy. All the different scenes that were sliding in.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of his directing style.
I prefer Snatch though than his other shit.
You know what's actually I haven't seen Snatch, but some of my friends' favorite movies is Snatch.
I really like Snatch,
Yeah.
and I don't know if he did Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. It just has a lot of the same actors.
Okay.
So it might have been him, but.
There's a new thing he did that's on HBO Max now. It has Benicio del Toro and Don Cheadle. It's a heist movie. It was great. Yeah.
Nice.
So, Ocean's 12 is some people's favorite and some people's least favorite. And it's the one that Steven Soderbergh had the most creative control.
It's like you love it or you hate it.
It's like he loved it. It's his baby, and he made it a lot different than the first one. And then he made the third one. He said, I'll just make it like the first. And the third one's great, though. So is the first one. So,
yeah.
Who would we be in a heist? Like your roles.
Well,
in a heist.
For me,
you would definitely be the lead con man. You'd be the face.
Okay, so you've seen the Ocean's movies, right?
I've seen the first one.
Okay.
Probably bits and pieces of the other ones.
I love that everyone is really essential. Like they need everyone doing their own part, and that's what's really cool about it. And they are very intricate. You know what I mean? I think the 12th one is. I'm sorry, Ocean's 12 is what this one was kind of based off of. Mm-hmm. So the guy who leads the origami thing is based off the Frenchman. Mm. There's this French guy, and they do this heist off. Okay, and in this movie, and what's interesting is George Clooney and the Oceans, they win, but there's like 13 of them. Mm-hmm. But this other guy, they trick him, but he's one guy. I would still say he's better.
Isn't he the French? Isn't he the guy?
He's in a few other things.
Yeah, well, he's in Westworld season 3, I think.
I think he is.
And he's got the big nose.
Yes.
Okay.
He actually reminds me when he was younger of Doctor Strange's actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm familiar with him, and I like the guy as an actor.
Yeah.
He's a good.
Well, he comes in, he does all this crazy these backflips exercises to go with the lasers. Yeah. And he was taught by the best thief that ever lived. Mm-hmm. Okay, who's Catherine Zeta-Jones' dad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. But then in the end, they do a switcheroo, and they show okay, I won. This is how I did it. And he's explaining everything. He does all this badass stuff to get it, and he's amazing. But then what happens is the other guys got wind of it, and It took all of them to do it though, and they tricked them and they did a switcheroo and they stole the. It was like an egg. It was like an egg thing.
Like a Fabergé egg.
Yeah, it was like this expensive egg, and that's what they're kind of going off of. And he leads like an I think he had a calling sign. I think it might have been an origami thing. Made me think of Blade Runner, obviously.
That's what it made me think of.
Yeah. So I loved it. And it's funny. So Elon Tusk in this universe, it's been announced recently that he's coming out with AI robots like next year.
I saw that. Yeah.
And they're going to be, but they're made so they can only run so fast, and they can only carry and press a certain amount of weight, which isn't much, like 70 pounds.
Yeah.
They said they should easily, for most people, in case they ever became awake, they should easily be overpowered. What if they get a bunch of guns?
They just build things that they can kill us with. That's what humans did to everything that was bigger than us.
That was pretty genius, though, and I like that.
So I was going to say, Elon Musk did this episode. He probably think, you know what? That's not such a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Elon's, I love Elon.
I'm invested in Tesla a little bit.
I don't know if I am anymore or not, but I love Elon. I'm kind of a Elon fanboy, and it was cool to see him in this episode. But speaking of that robot, I thought that was genius, though, because that's people's biggest fear is, if there's a bunch of, like, an army of robots that it could potentially...
Judgment Day.
Learn. Yeah. So, I think that's cool how it was funny. Did you see the press conference?
More like Maximum Overdrive.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that either.
You seen
You haven't seen Maximum Overdrive?
So.
I can't believe you haven't seen it.
Is it
I can believe he
or
hasn't
something?
seen it. Yeah, it's like an 80s.
Why me?
80s?
Because it just seems like a movie you wouldn't see. God damn if I can't remember, but it's got there's a meteorite that passes over the Earth,
right?
And it causes all of the automobiles and machinery to come alive.
That's nuts.
And there's this pop machine that's like shooting this coach with full pop cans, and like one kills him, and the trucks are driving around killing people.
I'm gonna look it up when I get home.
That sounds actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, the one truck, the main truck, is this toy truck. It's got a big. It's not really a hood ornament because it's over the entire grill of the truck, but it's the Green Goblin's face.
Okay.
And it's just...
It sounds like a prequel to Transformers.
It's just like a wacky
that's how
movie.
that's how Cybertron was created.
It's just a wacky movie that these trucks are driving. They're trying to get gas.
Yeah.
They know they need gas, and they're driving around this gas station honking their horns.
Yeah.
Trying to get this guy to come out and give them gas.
Oh my gosh.
Well, now the only place that does that is New Jersey.
I know. I found that out the hard way. I was there, and I just got out of the car and started pumping gas.
Well, it's because
I heard someone say, "You can't pump your own gas in Jersey."
Yeah,
and I'm looking around, and I'm like, "All right." I didn't see who said it. I couldn't see the person, and I kept doing it. And she came walking up to me. She said, "You can't pump your own gas in Jersey." I'm like, "Oh, well, that's fucking weird." But okay.
Yeah, I know. I found out the hard way too.
What's the reason? I mean, I knew that.
It's because
job creation.
Job creation.
That's why.
Yeah. So when minimum wage became a thing, it started weeding out all those low-level jobs. So now we can't have those jobs anymore. Yeah, that's exactly the reason why they're not there.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
That's why you can't get rid of the death sentence in Texas, because you need that executioner job.
Yes.
Man, that's funny. Did you watch that Elon Musk press conference though?
I didn't.
It was pretty good because it was funny how he was saying things like, hey, we made him only able to lift 70 pounds because. Just in case. Yeah, I mean,
I like that I don't know much about him, and I don't follow any of this shit, and I'm not invested in his company.
Right.
But I do like that he's an innovative man.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the modern day Henry Ford,
right?
Where he's bringing about these innovations. Even though his company was losing money for a long time, it's just people realize that the work they're doing is innovative for the humanity's future.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
It's their governments are dumping money into him because they know he'll produce results, even though it's not commercially successful for him.
Absolutely, and he's got a lot of flack and for different things, but I genuinely think his motives are good, and he wants to try to improve society and the world.
He did say something really cool. He said we could have a Jurassic Park up and running in about 10 years. He said they want to be genetically authentic dinosaurs,
right.
But we can genetically engineer animals that look just like that.
Yeah, which would be so cool.
So it would be authentic.
No.
You'd get the aesthetic.
They'd have the DNA code. They fill it in with some random shit.
Right.
It's like Jurassic Park.
Just like Jurassic fucking Park. Like found a way.
Jeff Goldblum's gonna go there.
I cannot wait for the fucking 6th movie, just because they're all gonna be in it. Even the movie's bad, it's gonna be so cool to have them all in it.
My favorite character's already dead, so
how do you know it's
but
gonna
I'm still gonna watch it.
Huh? No, I said even if it's
even if it's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know.
I can't imagine it being too bad. The new movies aren't horrible.
No, they're
it's
not
just
horrible.
I look at it like Pirates of the Caribbean. The first one is the best one.
Yeah, the other ones are good.
And the other ones are good or okay.
Yeah.
And they kind of just lose themselves after a while.
Yeah.
I mean, the new ones of Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, kind of have some flash and bang and some good actors, but they're nothing like the original.
Well, the last one was good. We saw the last one together.
Yeah.
It was good.
We talked about this recently. Like, the fourth one was kind of like a soft reboot of the first one. And I liked it. And it's good to introduce kids to that. And then they go back and watch the old ones, too.
Right.
And then the fifth one was trying to be like small-scale horror. I liked it for that.
Right.
But the sixth one's going to go huge. It's bringing back all the old actors from
Nice.
the original, and that's going to be awesome, just because I like this guy.
Are they bringing back the little kid, Joe Mazzelli, or whatever his name is?
Joe Mazzelli.
Yeah, I think
The kid from the beginning?
Yeah.
The one that with the raptor claw?
Yeah, I think it's his name, yeah.
I think you told us this story before, where he was, someone saw him, he was like in a band or something, or somewhere at a party.
Who did?
Somebody told me.
Oh, told you? Okay.
Yeah, about that kid.
Right.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm the kid from the Jurassic Park movie, because someone recognized him.
Yeah.
Someone told me that story.
Well, I must have told you that story.
No, Eric told me that story.
Well, then you fucking told me that story.
Yeah.
I don't know who told me that story.
I didn't know his name.
I think it's Joe Mazzelli. Or
How do you know that guy?
Because my kids love Jurassic Park. And, well, my kids like Jurassic Park, I should say. But they like his character, him, because he's in something else.
He's in the first one for 2 minutes.
He's in something else.
But he's still a memorable character.
Yeah.
You know who we're talking about when we say it.
He's in something else, and I can't remember what he's in, but I think it may be a movie with the guy that plays Freddie Mercury in the Queen movie. What's the guy that plays Freddie Mercury in the...
Yeah, he's an Egyptian actor.
I can't remember.
He's in Night in the Museum.
Yeah.
His name, I can't remember.
Oh, he plays King Tut.
Yeah, I can't remember his freaking name.
Fun fact, I went to college with him, and I can't remember his name.
Oh, did you ever see him?
He went to the University of Evansville. I don't know. I can't say I did, but I went to the college at the same time. I was friends with people in the theater that were in theater, so I probably bumped shoulders with him, but I don't remember.
This reminds me of a random question. But, we've all presumably met people that are from different cultures in different parts of the world.
Right.
What do you think is the coolest experience of that you've had as far as someone you've met that's from another part of the world? I've met some people from some really cool places. My favorite one's probably my Uncle Mike, who's from Cyprus.
Yeah.
He was a really cool guy. And
Wow.
he's very down to earth, but he was actually a wealthy businessman.
Yeah.
Like he owned property in Cyprus and Chicago.
Damn.
And they would spend some time of the year over there, some time of the year over here. My great aunt Eva married him, my grandpa's sister. And she's still living, actually.
You told me your grandpa drove to the wedding, right?
His daughter's wedding, they went up there and he drove a horse carriage for them.
It's in Chicago?
It was in Chicago, yeah.
How do I remember that? That's weird.
He had the top hat.
The reason why it's weird to me is I can't imagine your grandpa driving to Chicago.
No, that's the whole
Can't imagine him driving anywhere except that hay bale, like a hay field.
Well, he gave me a talk once about success and your efforts, like my art, and being like I was into boxing at the time, taking lessons and shit.
Yeah.
He's like, why? Why would you do that? He's like, his basically the idea was that you just don't try to. This is a small pond around here. And you just send him on this whole tirade about you don't have to prove yourself.
Right.
It's not. You don't have to do it.
Right.
Like, and the bottom line of that conversation, and it went on for a while, was that money talks and bullshit walks.
Right.
And eventually we got there, and I don't want to go into how we all got there at that point.
Yeah.
But he did talk about America and the old world.
Right.
And he said America, the reason we're so successful in a lot of ways is it's a new country. He's like, you go to Russia, he's like, nothing grows there. It's old country.
Yeah.
And which Russia, they have a lot of natural resources.
Yeah.
But I got the point he was trying to make.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's that a lot of resources and a lot of energy had already been expended in the old world. And America was that
the new world.
The new growth.
Yeah.
And he's just a really cool guy, very sharp, very on point as far as things like that go, and being successfsuccessful.
Yeah.
And he was a no bullshit kind of guy, which I really appreciated.
He passed on?
Oh yeah, he passed.
Oh, damn.
He passed. And but he was a great guy. Not a relative I was extremely close to, but one of the ones that just had one of those no bullshit conversations with.
Yeah.
Kind of out of nowhere.
It sticks with you.
And it stuck with me.
Yeah.
Just real quick, he did say something. My grandpa and my great uncle were sitting outside bullshitting about coon hounds because they both were into coon hunting.
Yeah.
Right.
And they raised hounds. And did submitted them, you might say, or whatever. But they did coon hunts for trophy hunting.
Yeah.
And he was listening to them bullshit about it. He's like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Well, these coon hounds." Like, "Would you make money off them?" And they're like, "No." I said, "Well, I don't want to hear about it then." It was funny as hell.
That's funny, but there's a lot of joy in not just doing things.
I know, but that's the kind of guy
he was programmed.
It is funny, yeah. I'm sure.
But he came from a life though, where
Yeah.
he actually, I think he did fight in some of their civil struggles over
Yeah.
there and shit. So he came from a life where there are people that have nothing and have it worse.
It would definitely.
And you should, he grew. I'm sure he had.
Yeah, he had to work for
connections,
everything, and he didn't have time for art or hobbies. So, I mean, that's
When I lived in Arizona, I passively encountered like a lot of Hispanic culture and stuff like that, which was cool. So I'm not completely uncultured, but as far as sitting down with somebody, I haven't.
I've met like some Eastern Europeans, but I've never found out where they were from.
Yeah.
I could just kind of tell.
Yeah.
I've met one kid that was definitely, he did say he was from Romania, and that was really cool. Of course, people from Mexico, South America, I ran into them in my lines of work across the years.
Right.
I don't think I've ever met anybody. Well, through the channel, we've talked to people that are from Africa.
Yeah.
But I've never.
Belgium.
Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
The Scandinavia, Europe.
Yeah.
England.
Yeah.
So England, though, I don't know. For me as an American, it's just kind of like they're just distant cousins.
Yeah.
So I don't really consider
I feel that about
I don't consider it like a big achievement.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not trying to shit on England, but it's just like they're not as unique to me.
They're not as different as like
other
Or
cultures.
was Striker woman. Where was she from?
Carolyn. Trinidad.
Trinidad?
Yeah. That's where she's from, yeah. So yeah, on being on YouTube, I've been able to meet a lot of different people, different cultures. Sweden, for instance, learned a lot about that. Speak the language a bit. Armenia, a little bit of that. I've actually been to Fiji, and that was really interesting because I was, they are a poor country in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to meet a lot of cool people. My mom's from the Philippines, so I think that culture just is a part of me, and I'm not really aware of it.
Yeah.
But my dad, who was an outsider, talks about it. He talks about it in a pretty cool way. And my grandpa, who was in the Korean War, stationed in different places, Japan. He said it was like one of the greatest places, the nicest people, and there's a lot of when you open your eyes and ears, there's a lot of cool things that are different about what we live in a small town in the United States.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. What's interesting is I know there's people from other countries who've come here, and they're from cities in Europe and stuff like that, and they're like, man, this place is just really different. It's like an American movie, like a Spielberg movie. Like, like the small town.
Well, it's because they've captured it.
Yeah.
Right.
And
they think it's like a dream.
Well, I've heard of one guy from a big city say Marietta's kind of like Mayberry to him.
Really?
It's so much slower than the pace there.
It's like Mayberry with meth.
Well,
that's new meth.
Meth is everywhere now. So you can't
new
really
Matamoros.
We got a lot of the traditional drug values here, like alcoholism, tobacco use.
Yeah.
And
those are still running strong.
What's more interesting, Shane, is that you didn't answer my question.
Like a particular person.
No, not just a person, but it could be just a favorite experience. It doesn't have to be a person.
Favorite experience?
Yeah, because my experience happens to be Cyprus, and it wouldn't have been a place I ever would have picked on a map.
Okay.
But
did you actually go there?
No, but he was from Cyprus.
He was from there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the point. Like you meeting somebody from that place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've met people from Mexico and worked with them. I've met people. I think I've met any Russians.
Yeah.
No, I have met a Russian.
Yeah.
She was a waitress here in town.
John Eagle, I met a couple Russians.
Yeah.
I met at college, stuff like
that.
Well,
they do have the way John Keegan put it, who was a military historian from England.
Yeah.
Said that the old world, he's particularly referring to England.
Yeah.
Was that it's so well cultivated compared to America because it's so much an older culture.
Yeah.
That have had the time and the history there that you can tell in the landscape. Even he said, flying over England, you see these nicely trimmed hedgerows. They keep forests at bay, and everything's well maintained. Whereas in America,
they've been doing it for so long.
In America, it looks like it's all just going to grow back overnight. He said when you're flying over it, it looks like the second growth could just come over and just sweep it all away.
That's interesting.
Dude, if I was extremely wealthy, I think it would be amazing to live in just a small European town. You know what I mean?
I would not want to live in Europe because they tax the living shit out of you.
Some countries do.
You
just don't do any work in Europe. If you're, you just own a property there. You just don't do any work there. If you're,
that'd be the dream anywhere.
I would almost say, I don't know that I want to live in Mexico, But if it wasn't for the damn drug cartels and shit,
Yeah.
I'd almost say Mexico.
Well, Mexico's pretty cool, I'm assuming, other than the cartel.
I just see, I don't know, the drug cartels and shit have
Yeah.
kind of ruined the idea for me.
Right.
But
No, I get what you're saying.
You wouldn't have to change the way you dressed.
I wouldn't have to change the way I dress,
Yeah.
and I could just go down there and I can drink tequila.
Yeah.
And
One of my dreams is, if I ever get insanely rich, is to own like just a house out in a ranch in like the middle of like nowhere, Arizona. You know what I mean? With like fucking tumbleweeds and fucking cactuses and shit. You know, just depressing, dreary, brown.
That's a good dream, Jamie.
I think wherever I lived, if I were to be wealthy and move, it would have to be by the sea.
By the sea. By the
Because
sea.
water's always intrigued me.
Yeah.
And I've worked on the water and everything else. I think I would love to live somewhere
Near the sea.
Yeah.
where I could, and I would still want to work there.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to just live there high and mighty and just watch the ocean. I want to actually go out and work.
You know, in Jupiter Legacy, when the main character, when Utopian goes to that house where the old man is, the crazy old man, and how desolate it is there.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
I want to live somewhere like there's a harbor, and I'd want to work like on a fishing boat.
Yeah.
Like drink beer and fish on the pier. I got moved to Maine.
Oh, Maine's beautiful.
Joy's family,
Beautiful
on her cousins, they're from Maine.
I got a friend in Maine.
Her uncle Rodney. And
It'd be kind of cool. It'd be North Carolina or Maine for me.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like these small little beautiful towns in Maine that are just incredible.
Well, there's like a lot of little New England towns.
Yeah.
They're probably really cool. I mean, Maine, I don't really consider like the New England of states.
I want to find
It's kinda more or less-
Silvertown.
It's more or less wilderness.
Remember Silvertown?
From
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt!
Remember that he dreamed about Silvertown? Yeah, that's what we want to go back to. Another thing that the show reminded me of was Third Rock from the Sun when they're on the roof, just drinking and talking. You ever watch Third Rock from the Sun?
Never watched it.
Have you guys ever been able to solve a Rubik's Cube puzzle?
No.
I've made attempts, but I never stuck with it long enough.
Yeah, I was never able to. I've never stuck with it long enough to get very far, but I know people have, and it's very impressive.
I kept doing it, and then I'm like,
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
I think it's a cool feat. People who do it, they say.
I mean, if you have the mentality and the dedication, the resolve,
Yeah.
or just downright just are fucking
Well,
brilliant.
some people probably can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Snapping, that's fine.
Yeah.
For me, I can tell there's gonna be a lot of work involved in something that I'm not going to get a lot of reward from.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I thought.
you scribbled out a note there. What was it?
I don't know. I can't wait to see it now.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, the reference beginning to Indiana Jones, obviously.
Yeah.
Going to the temple. And the snakes. You know, Rick has an affinity for using snakes.
Yeah.
Waste of snakes.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all I got. I thought it was a great episode. So, on to the next one. Guys, thank you so much for watching our reaction and our conversation. If you like us, you want to support us, just like and subscribe, hit that notification, and get some conversation down below. Tell us what you think. Where do you want to live? What are your dreams? And what kind of cultures do you guys like?